Come on in, say hi. We're talking all about narcissistic abuse. We're just going to chat. We're just going to have a quick chat. If you're just pumping in, if you're new here, you're new to my content, my name is Ro. I'm a narcissistic abuse survivor and I'm a coach. And I help people leave their narcissistic relationships or get to a space of healing. I can help you find your peace and help you heal and give you clarity. I'm also a certified life coach and I help people heal from narcissistic abuse. So thank you for coming in here. We're just going to be talking a little bit and I'm going to answer some questions and just say hey. And I know it's been a hot minute since I've been live. So I'm here to talk about narcissistic abuse. And I want to ask you something. Do you miss that narcissist? Do you miss them? Hi, what's up, Grace? How's it going? Thank you for coming in. Do you miss the narcissist? Do you miss them? If you do, it's okay. It's okay if you miss them. It's normal to feel like you miss somebody that hurt you. It's normal to feel like you miss somebody that abused you because you're so used to that treatment. You're so used to this style of abuse, this type of abuse. It's normal to feel that, and that's okay. I'm glad you're online, Ophelia. Hi. Been done so much to me, and I miss them. We recently broke up. Yeah, I know that. My ex is definitely a narcissist. Yeah. So if you feel like your ex is a narcissist, pop your hand up. Put your hand up in the chat. If you think that you might have dated a narcissist or you were with someone who had narcissistic traits or is very narcissistic, put your hand up in the chat. Tell me if you were with somebody who's a narcissist or if you've had a narcissist in your life. Hands up. Melanie, hi, thank you. Just your mom. Yeah, and sometimes we have narcissistic parents, right? Sometimes we see our other parent leaving the narcissist because they're like, oh shit, this person's abusive. This person's controlling, right? You are. Yes, thank you for the love badge. Guys, if you want to subscribe to my live, I would really appreciate it. You can go over here to the little star and you can subscribe. And if you do subscribe to the live, it tells me that I should be going live more, and it tells me that I need to be here in front of you guys a little bit more. So yeah, Anastasia, yes, 3 months divorced, yes. So what makes them a narcissist, right? What do you think makes somebody narcissistic? If they have narcissistic tendencies, if they have narcissistic traits, if they're abusive, what is that makes them narcissistic? Anybody who put their hand up in this chat right now, why did you put your hand up? What did they do? How did they treat you? Self-centered. They were self-centered. They were gaslighting you. Yeah. They were gaslighting you. They were self-centered. What else? Right? Did anybody lie to you, cheat on you, shift blame? Yeah, they shift the blame. They do something. They're lying. They're cheating. They're abusive. They would do anything and everything to get what they want from you. They would use you. They would manipulate you. A lot of these times, these narcissists will do everything to use you. And by the way, is my Wi-Fi working? Is it failing? Because I see that it's yellow. Just want to make sure. Unstable connection. No. How's my unstable connection? It's good for me. Okay, good. Because I see people leaving. So sometimes when people leave, it's probably because my Wi-Fi is not working. But it's okay. They'll come back. Thank you for all the badges, Genevieve. I love seeing the badges. You look fine to me. Thanks, Jess. Hey, Jess. What's up? So anybody here who has dealt with these narcissists and know that that's why they're narcissists, right? Thank you, Justin. Yeah, they play the victim. They always see that they act as if everyone else in the whole world is the problem. They're not the problem. Friends and family, yeah, they'll call you crazy after you snap, after tons of gaslighting, and that's also called reactive abuse. So if a narcissist starts poking the bear, reactive abuse is usually done in a very short period of time. It's some event that happens that is basically the point of reactive abuse is for the narcissist to take you from a calm state to a really intense state where you're snapping. Now imagine you're a dog or a bear and you're a very polite, very calm animal, and someone's pulling your tail, someone's poking you in the back, and you're trying so hard to try to keep things calm. And finally that animal turns around and bites because it's so distressed, right? Oh, good for you, girl. Good for you, Shay. That would be reactive abuse. There are people out there, creators out there, that are spreading misinformation about what reactive abuse is. I've heard creators say that reactive abuse happens over time and that it's caused by sleep deprivation and financial abuse and things like that. These people are just spreading some misinformation using big words, pretending they know what they're talking about. Reactive abuse, what it actually is let's say you're sitting on the couch and you're just hanging out reading a book and you're just trying to be calm, and the narcissist will come up to you and be like, why are you in such a bad mood? Are you on your period or something? Did you take your medication? Why are you in a bad mood? And you're just trying to read a book. And you're like, am I in a bad mood? Well, what's that look on your face? You got a weird look on your face. What is that? And then they poke you some more. They poke you some more. And then they say, why did you take the milk out like this? Why did you put this dish on the plate? And they poke and poke and poke and poke and poke you some more. And then they say, you know what? I've been meaning to say, you have been dressing really scantily these days. I know you're cheating on me. You must be cheating on me. And then they're poking you some more. You're worthless. You're so worthless. They start saying shit to you, calling you all these names. And now you take that book and you throw it at their head. Because you're so fed up. That can literally happen within 40 minutes. He turned you or she turned you from a calm state on the couch reading your book to a person who will wail and chuck a book at their head. And the reason why we do this is because we're trying to protect ourselves. It's the very last resort to being poked. Yes, Melissa. It's the very last resort to being poked and pushed, where they're on you like this. Usually 2.5 seconds. Yeah, that can happen within a few seconds. Doesn't even need to be 40 minutes, It can happen within 5 minutes. It doesn't happen over time with sleep deprivation and all this other bullshit. No, it happens within seconds. It can happen in minutes. The reason why a narcissist does this is to get you to react, to get you out of your calm state. Why do they poke? Because they're so sick and tired of you being in a peaceful, calm state. They're chaotic up here. They are chaotic up here. They're miserable people living miserable lives. And they want you to be miserable too. So they will take your calm state and fuck it up. They'll call you this, they'll call you that, they'll poke the bear so that you turn around and lose it. They want to see you lose it. They want you in the exact same mental state as them. They want you to be miserable. They don't want you to be enjoying life, reading, and enjoying peace. And they also want the attention. Now you're throwing plates at their head. Now you're throwing books at their head. Now you're yelling at them. Now you've got their attention, and they love it. They love that. Sometimes they'll pull out their phone. They'll start recording you getting crazy, right? They'll never leave that. They'll never let that down. They'll bring it up all the time. Remember that time you threw a book at my head? Remember that time you were crazy? And then we forget that they were actually the ones who abused us, right? Now they are the victim. Exactly. Now they have an excuse to cheat. Why do narcissists cheat? Because they need constant supply. They need to be deceptive. They need to have all sorts of multiple conquests all over the place. They need to be able to get this person, that person. They constantly have phone numbers in their phone. They're constantly texting people. They have a list of supply. They'll get any form of supply, any type of attention. Some narcissists will go on social media and they'll sit there and go on lives and get all of this attention from all of these people in their lives. not really giving them any advice or help. They're just sitting there feeding off of their energy, feeding off of all their attention. They need constant supply. They need to be able to pull one over on you, right? And they always want us to look bad, Melissa. Why do they want us to look bad? So that they can avoid looking bad. They want to look good. They make us look bad so that they can look good to avoid looking bad. It's really messed up. And having to come up with this conclusion and really being okay with the fact that everything was a lie from the beginning, that's a hard pill to swallow. That's a tough one, I know. Right? They want to look better, absolutely. They need to be the good person. They always with the supply. So every time somebody catches on to their mask, every time somebody catches on to their abuse and goes, oh, I see you. I know who you are. I know that you used me. I know that you were a liar and that you never intended on doing all the things you said you would do. I know who you are. They'll move on to the next supply who doesn't know who they are. This is what the narcissist does. Actually, you threw a fluffy sock and was crazy abusive. Actually had to laugh. It was a fluffy sock, right? Jen Amber, what's up, girl? So you have to be really careful with these types of people who especially who educate on narcissistic abuse and who talk about reactive abuse and have no real examples, have no real education behind what this is. If you want to know some of the books that I've read that really helped me get into a place of real knowledge and be able to be an abuse and a survivor and also a dysfunctional relationship educator, I have a few other books up here, a few down here that I recommend. If you go to the link in my bio under Coach Rowe recommended books, Psychopath Free by Jackson Mackenzie would be the very first book I would recommend to read. Watch what happens when you read a book like that and you meet a narcissist. Maybe you meet somebody. Maybe you meet them on TikTok or you meet them on social media or you meet them on a dating app. And you get the wool pulled over your eyes because you think that they're a good person, and then you realize that they're not. Something slips, a mask slips, and they're not the same person anymore, and you get the fuck out of there. Then you go back to the book, Psychopath Free, that's the green one up there, and you start reading it, and you're like, damn, this person fits everything in the book. It's almost like a guide. It's almost like a handbook to toxic people. It's a fantastic book. I would 100% recommend it. And also, thank you, Jess. Why Does He Do That? By Lundy Bancroft. I know it's backwards, but Why Does He Do That? By Lundy Bancroft is also another amazing book. I would 100% recommend that. Digs into the different types of abusive and psychopathic men. Was my therapist's favorite. Yes. I'm not with the narcissist anymore. How do I stop myself from checking in on him? Every time you check in on that narcissist, you are putting a needle in your eye, okay? Every time you check in with a narcissist, you are stabbing yourself in the heart. And every time you check in with that narcissist, you are feeding their supply. They post everything on social media for you to see it. Everything. They post that date that they had with the person they met on Tinder. They post that engagement party that they went to where they were dressed up all nice. They post their own engagement. They post their own wedding. Not because they're happy with their new supply. I'm sure, yeah, okay, they're happy they're getting what they want, but they're also posting it for all their exes to see. Look at me, I'm happy without you. Look at me, I'm happy, 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 and I didn't even need you. Do not look at their social media. Do not check in on them. Ask yourself before you check in on your narcissist, the one in your life, is ask yourself, okay, how exactly is this going to help me? how is this going to help me? When I open up the Facebook and I open up the Instagram and I check on the content that he's making or they're making, if I check to see if my email, if I got something from them, if I unblock them for a day just to see if they'll contact me, ask yourself first, when I break no contact, what will I gain from this? How will this serve me? How will this help me? Ask yourself that question before you break no contact. No contact means no contact. Exactly, Bruce. Thank you. No contact means no contact. No contact means that you are protecting your peace and you are honoring your self-care and your self-love. You are honoring yourself. If you have a point of weakness and you feel like you miss the narcissist, it is okay to feel that point of weakness. It is okay to miss the narcissist, because we can't help how we feel about something. We can't help how we feel. We can help what we do. We can't help that we miss the narcissist. We can't help that we're curious. We can't help that. It's like being hungry. Have you ever been hungry and tell yourself, don't be hungry? Hands up. Has anyone ever been hungry? Right? Anyone who's ever been hungry, ever in your life, right? Who's been hungry? I have. I've been hungry many times. Have you ever told yourself, just don't be hungry? Right? Just stop being hungry. Stop. You can't stop. You can't just say, no, I'm not hungry. What do you do when you're hungry? You get yourself a bite to eat. You take a snack. Now, we're never hungry for, like, bleach, are we? Are we hungry for something toxic? Are we hungry for poison? No, we're hungry. We get a snack. We go get a granola bar. We get something to eat. We can't stop being hungry. We can't stop how we feel, but we can stop what we do. Okay? Just made garbage fries. You can eat garbage fries. You can eat this. But you when we're hungry, we don't stop and grab bleach and drink that down, right? We don't stop and get something toxic and poisonous and take it. No, we don't do that. When you are hungry for the narcissist, when you are missing the narcissist, you cannot stop and just be like, I don't miss the narcissist anymore. But we don't have to take that bleach. We don't have to drink it. Yes, we are stuck in a trauma bond. Yes, I know it's very hard to get out of a trauma bond and we recover. If you would like to work with me, I offer one-on-one coaching, and you can book a coaching session in the link in my bio. I offer 30 minutes and 60 minutes, plus I do packages, plus I do text packages. So if you're interested in working with me, you can go to the link in my bio and go have access to my calendar. It'll pull up exactly when I'm available for you, and you pick a time that works for you. You follow the steps and you book a time with me. Now, having the tools to be able to restrain yourself from going and breaking no contact and calling the narcissist is going to help you heal. It's going to keep you away from them a lot longer. The longer we are away from the narcissist, the more muscle we build and the stronger we get. And they hoover you in the trauma bond. You know it. Yes, they do. I don't call him. I don't text him. I don't call or text him, but it's like battling the feeling all day long. It's exhausting. I know, Fabi. I know that feeling. It's totally exhausting to have that feeling. Right? 1,000%. You can feel that feeling. Do not reject it. Do not resist it. Whatever you resist persists. Whatever you resist persists. So don't resist it. Accept yourself and love yourself. And be kind to yourself that you miss the narcissist. It is okay to miss them. When you start missing the narcissist, ask yourself, what is it that you miss? Do you miss all of the kind, loving things they did to manipulate you? You know, do you miss the manipulation? Do you miss the cheating? Do you miss the lying? Do you miss the abuse? Do you miss any of that? No, you miss the good times. Of course, you miss the euphoric recall. You miss that. You're allowed to recall those euphoric memories and honor them. You're allowed to have that. Euphoric recall is a part that protects our heart. And it gives us the capability of allowing ourselves to believe that we can love again like that, right? Euphoric recall is recalling all those euphoric memories, all of the loving, feel-good oxytocin memories that you created with the love bombing stage, right? With that narcissist. Euphoric recall is allowed. You're allowed to have that. You're allowed to miss that narcissist. We can't control how we feel. We can control what we do. What do we do when we miss the narcissist? Ask yourself, what are some options? Do I reach out to them? Do I break no contact? Do I call them? Do I let them hoover me back? Okay, if those are your true options, what's going to happen if you actually play that tape till the end? If you actually get to the space where you are getting hoovered back, where you are calling them now and you're reaching out, you're getting back together with them, right? Journal, yes. Self-care. Focus on you again. Self-care is the act of self-love, okay? Going no contact is an act of self-love. That's self-care. Self-care is anything that you get to do to put yourself first. If you want some ideas, I have come up with a list, 31 ways to practice self-care. It's a digital download. You can find that in the link in my bio. Okay, if you're stuck on ways to practice self-care. And I also have a journal coming out. So this is a little soft release on the journal that's coming out on Amazon, Love is a Verb. This is going to be a journal with a few of my quotes in there. Totally blank journal for you to be able to just open up a book and start writing some of the stuff down. You're so welcome, Nancy. Start writing some of that stuff down. Start writing your thoughts about why you missed the narcissist. Start figuring out what that's going to feel like if you ended up back in that cycle of abuse. Play that tape till the end. Find out. Thank you for the gifts, guys, whoever sent them. Find out what that would play out to be, how that would feel to be in their arms again, to be in their grips. Would it feel good for a moment? If so, how would that last? How long would it last? Is it sustainable? Is it going to last a week? How long did it last time? Was it 2 weeks? Knock that down to 12 days. Okay? And the next time that's going to happen, it's going to be more like a week. 6 days. Right? I want you to really, really play that tape till the end. Really envision what it's going to feel like to be back with that narcissist. 3 days, right? So, journal. That is coming out soon. Stay tuned for that. The Love is a Verb, Rollercoaster of Love journal. And also, other ways to practice self-care would be things that you wouldn't think. When you think of self-care, what do you think of? Getting your nails done, right? Play the tape through the end. Yes, it's exactly like AA. It's exactly like AA. There's so many. I went to Al-Anon for years. Hey, Ro, what's up? How's it going? Whisper. It's Tamara, right? I'm trying to remember names now. Is it Tamara? How am I not following you? There we go. I'm going to follow you on here. If you have anybody in your life that has suffered addiction or has had issues with, having addictive personalities, who has had alcoholism in their life, you'll notice that some of the behaviors are very similar. I've had a lot of clients that I work with, and if you're just coming in, my name is Ro. I'm a narcissistic abuse survivor, and I'm also a certified life coach. I help people heal from narcissistic abuse. If you want to book a session with me, you can go to the link in my bio and pick up a time that works for you. It'll take you right to my booking page. A lot of people that I work with have had, thank you for the heart, have had issues with their narcissist in their life being also an alcoholic or having addictive personalities. So the one in my life, yes, yours was an alcoholic. The one in my life was not only an alcoholic, drug addict, sex addict, porn addict, gambling addict, right? There's a lot of things he was addicted to. And of course, he was addicted to abusing me. And he would use his addictions really as a tool to justify the abuse. He would collapse it into one. He would say, how could you leave me? I have alcoholism. It's like a disease. Yeah, of course that's a disease. I get it. Disease of the mind, symptom of the body. That's what they say in AA, right? It's a disease. Would you leave me when you found out I had cancer? Would you leave me if I had a liver failure? Would you leave me if I was dying in a hospital bed? I have a disease. I can't control this. Why are you leaving me? You're abandoning me, right? He would say that. What I want you to know is that whole storytelling there, that whole plea to keep you in, to make you feel like it's your fault for leaving because you're taking your power back and you're being independent again, that is manipulation. Back to visitation court. I'm so scared and he will win. You know what? Visualize that court, okay? Visualize being there and going there. We've got your back, Jesse. We've all got you. Everybody send some really good healing energy over to Jesse, please. Court soon is very scary. Feel the fear. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to be scared. You've got this, okay? So having a narcissist who's also an alcoholic is going to be hard to deal with because we are now feeling like we're wrong, we're guilty, we are at fault, we are to blame, we are the cause, you know? None of that is our responsibility. None of that is our responsibility. If you have a narcissist in your life, hey Danny, what's up, girl? If you have a narcissist in your life who is also an alcoholic, I want you to remember this, okay? Hands up if you have a narcissist in your life or had a narcissist in your life or have experienced this and can speak to this a little bit. Hands up. Narcissist and alcoholic. And a lot of the times people who have issues with alcoholism, especially if they're not getting treatment or they've been to AA, will excuse a lot of things. They'll excuse it. And sometimes they won't even admit that they're an alcoholic. Even if they've gone to AA, even if they've gone through all the steps, that their sobriety is just for them. I'm sober because of this. Like, no, you have an alcohol addiction. So, hands up. Okay, anybody who has had an alcoholic in their life who's also narcissistic, who's also abusive, especially them dry drunks. Oh, I know. I'm just going to stop here for a second. My ex-husband, when he went dry for 9 months, boy, did the abuse ramp up. You're self-employed. He tries to control your ability to expand. Yeah, they don't want you to succeed, girl. They do not want you to succeed. Okay? The dry drunks, oh my gosh, 9 months of mega abuse. Mega abuse because he had no coping mechanism. He didn't have the alcohol anymore, right? So all of that abuse ramped up. So mean. Okay? To expand your business. Yeah, I know, Tamara, because he doesn't want you to succeed. So here's a piece of advice that I'm going to give you. Okay? This piece of advice. And I want you to really think about this whenever you are faced with an alcoholic and a narcissist wrapped into one. Okay? Yeah, you literally caught them drinking tonight. They hide booze. You hide for them. You end up being codependent because of them, because you're trying to protect them. So that's a problem. Being with a alcoholic in general is a problem. It's not the cause of narcissistic people. It's not the cause of that problem, right? But it's a fucking problem, right? Is being with a narcissist also a problem? Yes. If you think being with a narcissist is also a problem in addition to being with an alcoholic, type Y in the chat. Type yes. Type a Y. I want to know if you agree with me. Do I have any insight on why they are what they are? Yes, I can tell you that. Type a little Y in the chat if you believe yes. Being with a narcissist is a problem, right? Okay? Yes, being with a narcissist is a problem. Why exactly? So we've already established that being with an alcoholic is a problem. No. I know who this is. Sheldon. We've already established being with a narcissist is a problem, and we've already established that being with an alcoholic is a problem, right? So guess what, guys? You got 2 problems. That's 2 more than we want in a healthy relationship, right? That's 2 reasons to leave. That's 2 reasons to leave. Get the fuck out of there if you can. Safely plan your exit strategy. Safely plan a way to leave, because you do not have a narcissistic person because of alcoholism. You do not have an alcoholic because of narcissism. Those two are not the cause of each other. You have two problems that you have to leave. Please remember that. They will blame all of their narcissistic traits and behaviors on their drinking. Yes, his infidelity he blamed on drinking. Now, how is a narcissist the way that they are? Good question. Okay. Let me see. Have you ever encountered a shopaholic narcissist? No, I haven't, Charles. That's a really good question. I have not. Here we go. This is a beautiful name. How do you say your name? Noise? I love the way it's spelt. I feel like I need to know how to say your name. Why? Okay, do you have any insight on why they are the way they are? Who is ready for this one? What if your husband calls you a narcissist? Well, if your husband calls you the narcissist, you have to ask yourself why. Are they projecting? Okay. Why is a narcissist a narcissist? So this is what happens with narcissism, okay? As a child, a narcissist or a person, let's just say the child, because to be honest, all kids are narcissists. Narcissists are pretty much a person who lacks emotional intelligence and who doesn't have the emotional development to be able to feel their feelings, to be able to label their feelings, and to be able to regulate their feelings, okay? So it's Nisha. I love that. Nisha. I love the way that's spelled. So when a child is born, when they're in their childhood, right, they grow up with specific emotional needs. They need to be free to feel their feelings, identify their feelings, label them, and cope through them and regulate. Okay? Who do they turn for that? Their parents. They turn to their parents for that. Their parents have to allow them to regulate those emotions and say, hey, you're feeling really sad right now. I get that. That's how you teach a child empathy. You get that. You understand where they're feeling. You know, sometimes narcissists have parents who would have said to them, you're not sad. You're fine. Have a candy. Here, have a Skittle. So stop crying. Stop crying. You're fine. Get over it. Have a chocolate bar. Here's a bag of chips. Stop crying. Okay? That is what happens when the narcissist or the child isn't allowed to feel their feelings, has no idea what that feeling even is, and has no tools or ways of coping and regulating. So they no longer rely on their parents to self-soothe. They no longer rely on their parents for any techniques on how to learn how to self-soothe. So when their emotions start to come up, they don't rely on the outside world anymore because they can't. They become self-absorbed. They can only rely on themselves, and they self-teach. They don't have the tools to identify and label their emotions. They do not have the tools to feel their feelings and really process them and feel them. They do not have the tools to cope through that emotion and regulate it and be able to self-soothe. So they become self-absorbed. They go inward. Their reality now changes. They live in delusions, right? Their reality becomes this form of gaslighting. They don't know what their reality is. They have no idea how to self-identify. They have no idea who they are. And so they'll gaslight the world. They'll turn to narcissism. They'll turn to gaslighting. They'll turn to these behavioral traits. The 9 behavioral traits, they'll turn to those. They'll become very entitled, very arrogant. You know, they need admiration and attention from everyone around them. They are super, super exploitive. You know, they'll see a situation that's going to bring them money. Oh, he's giving you money all the time? What's his name? What's his number? Let me call him. Well, you got an inheritance coming in? Let me get in on that. They're exploitive, not only with finances, but with other things too. Oh, that person can get me in? Okay, let me give me their number. Who are they? I want to know them. So that's exploitive. They have complete envy and jealousy of other people, but they also weirdly believe everyone's jealous of them. Okay? Have a good night, everyone. Hi. That's 5. They are special and unique. They feel like they're above everyone else, that they're so unique and special. No one's like them. You'll never find anyone like me. Ever have a narcissist tell you that you're never going to find anyone like them? Hey, mama, what's up, girl? Ever have a narcissist say to you, you will never, ever find anyone like me. No one is going to love you the way I love you. No one. I'm so special and unique. I am your soulmate. We're the same person. You're never going to find anyone like me. Ever have a narcissist say that? Lie. Okay? Maury Povich checked the lie detector test and determined that was a lie. Of course you're going to find someone just like them. There's literally narcissists across the street. Every person with these 5 out of 9 behavioral traits can be narcissistic. There are just so many people like you. When I talk about my ex-husband on my lives or in my content, do you know how many comments I get saying, oh, did we marry the same person? It's so, you're telling my story. How many people in here just said I was telling their story? Right? Because they're carbon copies of each other. They're unoriginal, not creative. They are not special and unique. And this is why they strive to be special and unique, because they actually are not. They say that I'm the only person you'll ever meet like this. No, you're not. I'll meet another one like you tomorrow, guaranteed. Right? I love you, just get it. You're so welcome. Where was I? 8 is the fantasies. Fantasies is where they have delusions of grandeur. They're feeling like they're above everyone. They're gonna do all these crazy things in their mind. They think they're gonna, they might have set up TikTok like yesterday, and they think they're gonna set up a podcast and write a book and go on tour and do all of these things. No, you're not gonna do that. You're living in delusions of grandeur, fantasies. Actually, you have to do action. You actually have to do work to get there. You can't just say it and make it happen. Anybody watch the movie or the show The Office? You know The Office with Michael Scott, where he's like, I declare bankruptcy, and he just says it? This is a narcissist. They will just say things and declare it as if they're true, as if they actually are going to happen. I'm going to start a podcast. You can start a podcast, sure. You have to work at it. You have to actually do the fucking work and get up off your ass and do it. So that is their fantasies life. That is their delusion. They think all of these things are going to happen. They're not. And then number 9 is self-importance. Number 9 is a person in, a narcissistic person will have a trait where they feel so important. Everybody's here for me. Everybody's looking at me. Look at me, look at me, look at me. I'm so important. They think their life is so significant. This is why narcissists don't like when you block them. No, what do you mean? Why are they blocking me, right? Blocking is a boundary. You don't want a narcissist in your life anymore, you block them. What do? They call you from fake numbers. They set up fake accounts to come and get you. They figure out they figure out another way to reach out to you, and they reach out to you. Why did you block me? Why? I'm so important. I thought it was so important in your life. I value our friendship. Why'd you do that? They'll call you and harass you and demand why you blocked them. And then what happens to us? We get to this place where we don't know what to say. And we're like, well, I don't want you in my life because you create chaos. And then you feel bad, and then you maybe never want to block anybody again. You feel bad. Blocking is a boundary. Thank you for being here, Nisha. I really appreciate you. Mine started businesses, loads of projects, promised the world, all failed. Ever have a narcissist have tons of business tons of business ideas and all these things on the go. Ever have a narcissist do that? He blocked me and turned the tables on me. It was my fault. You know what? Call that a blessing. If a narcissist blocks you, blessing. Blessing. Good riddance. Let the trash take themselves out. If a narcissist blocks me, that would be fantastic. Happy to see that happen, right? Mine is a covert. Been it for 26 years. The coverts are the hardest ones to spot. The covert narcissists are the hardest narcissists to spot. Narcissists want to be the ones who discard. If you leave, they will pull you in to discard. Yeah, that's true. They sometimes will discard you when you're at your lowest. So if you've ever been hoovered by a narcissist, okay, if you don't know what hoovering is, it's when you get sucked back into the cycle of abuse, just like a Hoover vacuum, okay? That's where the term comes from. It's a Hoover vacuum. They suck you back in to the cycle of abuse. They might say they were in the hospital. I was just in the hospital recently. Oh my God, I broke my leg. Or, hey, did you know Annie and Fred had a baby? They're asking about you. They miss you. Or, hey, I left my left sock in your house. Can I get it? I need it. These are ways that a narcissist will suck you into the cycle of abuse, try to get you back in their good graces. They might say they miss you when you're done with them. I miss you. I really miss you. Start peppering in some memories from the past. Remember that time we were on the beach together? Remember how good it was? We couldn't keep our hands off each other. That is a hoovering technique. If a narcissist ever hoovers you back into the relationship and you get stuck with them again, you will, if they want to, they'll wait till you're at your lowest point when you actually need them. Narcissists typically will hoover you when you're at your highest point, when you're doing well in life. When you're doing great, they want to hoover you back in. You started that business. You know, you got that promotion. They send you songs. Yeah, girl. They send you songs. Ugh. You know, and they will give you this like weird vibes. I remember the narcissist that I married, he sent me this one song that was like, I'll never get over you. I'll never get over you. Like, I remember like being creeped out by it, but at the same time, I'm like, I kind of love him. Weird feelings. So they'll hoover you back in when you're at your highest because they want to get in on that action. They want to fucking ride your coattails and use you. But watch what happens when they leave you. When you have a death in the family, when you lose a loved one, or you have some personal loss, or you lose your job, or you're really sick, or you're full of anxiety because of them. Usually they're the ones who cause your mental health crises. You're down in the dumps. That's when they discard you. Be careful about that, guys. Do narcs tend to be spiritual? Sometimes. Not always, but sometimes. And if they do, they're using spirituality as a weapon. Do they realize they're doing this when they speak to you? I believe that they realize what they're doing is beneficial to them. And I don't believe they care whether they're doing it to hurt you. I don't believe they even really take consideration that it hurts you. It's like, who cares, right? Thieves, okay, who go into a store and steal something, somebody who robs a house, they don't give a shit about the person in the house. They don't give a shit about their memories. And a vandal who like trashes some property, they don't care. They're doing it because they like it. They enjoy it. They want to do it. They don't care who they're hurting. A narcissist is the exact same way. So what I said earlier about how narcissists are born and have a lack of emotional intelligence, they don't get to feel their feelings, they don't get to regulate their feelings or label them. What happens with that person who becomes self-absorbed and grow up to be a narcissist, they're still stunted emotionally in childhood. They're still stunted emotionally in having a regulation, having a label, having an ability to feel their feeling. That means they don't have empathy because they can't even feel their own feelings. So I want you to think about that, right? A narcissist is so immature. They're emotionally immature to a point of stunted childhood brain. They actually don't have, they're deficient in how they develop their emotional qualities. Can they change? Absolutely. Do they want to change? That's the better question. Life begins when you start asking the right questions. The right question is, do they want to change? Not can they change, because anybody can change. Anybody can change if they feel the pain to change, if they're able to feel that pain. But here's the problem with a narcissist is they don't feel that pain. They don't. They're getting what they want. They're getting their supply. The only way that they actually feel pain is when you block them. I love your account so much. Thank you so much, Michelle. I appreciate you. So they've developed into a narcissist because of a lack of emotional intelligence and a lack of emotional regulation. They don't know how to feel their feelings. They become self-absorbed because they do not trust the outside world anymore because their parents didn't allow them to label their emotions, feel the feelings, and be able to regulate them. So they have the mindset of a 5-year-old, a toddler, preschooler, kindergartner, whatever. They have a mindset of a child because they were never able to develop emotionally. How do you get rid of a narc? Block them, go no contact. 100% go no contact, block them, get them out of your life. Get rid of a narc, give them no supply, give them nothing. Don't creep their social media, don't check on them. They do not exist to you. Poof, they're a ghost. Okay? They are dead to you. They're the gas station attendant that filled up your gas the other day. They're the next door neighbor that you never talked to. They're nobody. I do have kids with a narcissist that I married, and he's nobody to me. He sees his kids once a week, every week. He gets the kids once a week. I drop them off. He drops them off. I don't stand by the door. I stay away from the door while the kids get dropped off. He is dead to me. He doesn't exist. That is the energy we have to put towards these people who suck our energy dry. And it is a very hard part, and it was a very hard thing for me to do. But I can tell you, on the day that I went no contact and the day that I blocked him from my life has been one of the happiest days of my life, and it's been very happy since. December 18th, 2021, I blocked him. We broke up November 15th, 2019. So it took me 1.5 years to get to the point where I could block him. It's not easy. I can help you. If you're just tuning in, my name is Ro. I'm a narcissistic abuse survivor and a coach, and I can help you heal from narcissistic abuse. Just go to the link in my bio. You can book a coaching session with me. I can help you heal from this. I can help you come up with a plan if you need to stay no contact. I can help you give you some access to clarity and help you get to a place of healing, real support. The prices are all in the link in my bio if you go to coaching, and you can book 30 minutes or 60 minutes. Yes, I do charge for my time as a coach. I'm a certified life coach, and I give you some real tools to move forward. I also have a free Facebook group, so that doesn't cost anything to be a part of our community. I believe that there are 3 ways to heal from narcissistic abuse. 1 is being within community. 2 is having a sense of education and knowledge and awareness about what this is and what you went through, and having this tool to dissect your relationship and really understand what you went through and label it for what it is. And then the 3rd thing is self-love and self-care, and healing and practicing self-care. $75 for 30 minutes, yes. So you can go to the link in my bio, you can book a coaching session with me and have access to me in that way where I can give you those tools. I'm very effective in 60 minutes. If you have a long story to tell, I would suggest 60 minutes. If you want to get a consult on how we can plan something for you that's going to give you a trajectory, a new way of living, really visualize it and really manifest it and make it happen, we can plan that out in 30 minutes. I'm very effective. But this is life-changing stuff. We want to get to a place where you change your entire life, where you're no longer living in a pattern of abuse and pain. right? You deserve all that is good in the world. You deserve everything, all of it. And you've given your life to somebody who didn't deserve one day of it. They stole from you. You were with a thief. You're with somebody who exploited you and your good character and your kindness and your kind heart and exploited you and took advantage of you. A selfish person. You don't deserve that, right? We're going to identify what you do deserve and what you do need and what you can access. We get what we want in this life, not because we're arrogant, not because we are, spoiled. We get what we want in this life because we work hard to get it. And when we are working hard to get it, we don't stop working until we get it. Get it? I'm going to help you achieve that, okay? Why do they threaten to cheat and break personal items and harass the family? Because they want to create chaos in your life. They want to threaten you with all sorts of bullshit. Because when we're filled and consumed with chaos, forced chaos that we never asked for, we cannot access personal strength and power. We cannot access ways to monetize, to be productive, to live our passions, our goals, and dreams. We cannot access that because our mind is being entertained with all this chaos. So they're going to say all this shit. They're going to threaten you. They're going to tell your family. They're going to harass you. They're going to stalk you. They're going to bother you. They're going to create chaos and sprinkle all of that into your life so that you cannot be yourself. You cannot be self-expressed. When I was with the narcissist I married, I always thought my integrity and my self-expression and my authenticity was trapped in a cage. It was trapped. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't breathe in there. I wasn't able to do anything I wanted to do. I wasn't even able to get $5 cheese without getting yelled at. Because the narcissist wanted to use that money for drugs, alcohol, and escorts. Right? I would get in trouble for buying $5 cheese, y'all. So it was really hard for me to just be me. The second I got rid of that chaos, the second I got rid of all that harassment and all of the post-separation abuse, the second I got rid of all the threats, all of the bills, the lawyer fees that I had to pay, the second I got rid of all of the lies that he told family and friends about me, the second I got rid of all of that, I was able to access some personal strength and some intuition, and I was able to not have to mentally entertain with chaos, because chaos is just a mental entertainment. It's not that we like it, it's just we don't have anything else to chew on. The second I got rid of that, I was able to chew on some purpose, some passion, some dreams, some goals. Start a business, start coaching, start helping people achieve their dreams and goals. Okay, if you want to do that, you can book a session with me. You can book a one-on-one session with me and help yourself heal, get to a place. Hustle Harvey, my future wife. Hi. How's it going, babe? How are we not following each other? This is my business account, obviously, Charlie, so I'm following you now. What do you think your kids think of their narcissistic father? Is he that way with them? So here's what I've done, guys. I've let go of the narcissist, my ex-husband. I've let go of how he parents them. Pick your battles. Do I trust him with them? No, I don't trust him as far as I can throw him. Can I prove that he's a dangerous man? No, I cannot. You cannot prove emotional abuse. If anyone's ever watched the movie Made or the show Made, you'll know you cannot prove emotional abuse. The only thing I can do is live my fucking life, be free, meet amazing people, and be a great mom when my kids are with me. When my kids are with my ex-husband, with their dad, I have no control over what goes on over there, nor do I want to know what goes on over there. I have to pick my battles. I have to let go of control and trust that when they get older, they will know the difference between an abusive home and a healthy home, and I will provide them with a healthy home at least 50% of the time until they choose me 100%. Okay? Yes. Thank you for that. I love these love badges, guys. It tells me that you want me to be here more often, that you want me going on live. I know I haven't been going live much lately because, and like, obviously it's it's not very consistent, so people don't know when I'm on. It's not reliable, so I know I only get a certain amount of followers, less than what I used to get, and that's viewers in live, which is fine. I love being able to answer any questions possible. But if you do subscribe to the live, it tells me you want to see me more. So I would appreciate that if you did. Or tap the screen or share it, or just, show me support anyway. I do have YouTube as well, so if you want to see some of these lives on my YouTube channel, you can go to the link in my bio and find my YouTube link and subscribe to that, or just watch some of the videos that I've posted. I also have a podcast that comes out every Thursday. The podcast is also in the link in my bio, so if you want to listen, if you like these lives and you just like listening to some of the words that we talk about, sometimes I have guests on in the guest boxes, and they are also in the podcast. So if you want to just like put me in your ear and listen to some of this, podcast is in the link in the bio as well. I'm also on Instagram, and I'm also on Facebook, so you can follow me there. But it's been pretty wild for me healing, because healing in this way, you come up with a lot and you access a lot of different things, like your memory and your trauma that you hold and you almost want to like suppress and put away comes rushing back, and it comes flooding, and you'll realize and see this with therapy. It happens with therapy all the time. You're starting a docu-series tomorrow about your trauma. I love that. That's amazing. Okay, I want to follow you, girl. I love that. I want to hear about that. Is it 2 of you? There's 2 of you on this account. Ebony and Ivory Proclean, but what is your name? I'm Ro. Anybody who's just popping in, my name is Ro. I'm a narcissistic abuse survivor and a certified life coach, and I can help you heal from narcissistic abuse. It's just you now. You have a story that's unreal. Christina, I would love to hear your story, Christina. This is very, very intriguing to me. Would you stop talking to your mom if she was emotionally abusive? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You can cut your blood off. That's okay. That's just because they're blood and you have to put their blood. That's your mom. That's your sister. Okay? I know that you have to put up with shit, but that's your family. That statement there is a myth. That statement there is a lie. It doesn't matter who this person is. If they're abusive, you don't have to put up with it, even if it's your mom, okay? Once you identify abusive behavior, you cut that off if you can. You slowly gray rock or yellow rock or move away from that and start distancing yourself from that person, from that abuse, and start really living your life. Your videos give me strength. I want to start documenting my trauma, still trying to get it out. Chrissy, you've got this. When you're ready, you'll know. You'll feel it and you'll know. The crew is coming by your house tomorrow to start unveiling this nightmare I'm still in. Oh my goodness. How do you feel about that, Christina? Is that really nerve-wracking? I imagine there's like lots that get dug up when you have to like relive, and it's almost re-traumatizing, but also very freeing and releasing and healing. I'm sending you a lot of good vibes, girl. I'm sending you lots of good vibes. Those nerves, that you're going to feel those nerves. I feel it. I feel it for you. But let me tell you something. Nerves, right? Anxiety, this feeling of nervousness and anxiousness is the same symptoms we have when we are feeling excited. So think about that. It's really just a shift in our brain that tells us, hey, this is anxiety, this is excitement. Our body does the same thing. We get jitters, we're cold, we're shivery, our whole body is vibrating. We get that when we're about to jump out of a plane because of an adrenaline rush. We also get that when we're right about to go on stage and have to tell a speech to a bunch of people and have stage fright. We get that, the exact same symptom. one is anxiety and nervousness, and one is excitement. So really think about that there's probably a part of you that's really excited about this. Have I inspired you for so long? I'm so happy to hear that. I'm happy that we're connected and friends. I cannot wait to see your story. Send me a DM if you like, and share me the links, or if it's on TikTok or you post it on TikTok, definitely tag me or send it to me. I'm also on Instagram. So if I don't follow you back here, I typically follow, we can only follow 10,000 people. And I typically only really follow people who are very alive in my content, very engaging and are in the comments and go to my lives a lot. And I only typically follow people back that I also develop friendships with. So if I don't follow you or we're not on that level, you can send me a DM on Instagram, because I accept all direct messages on Instagram. So if you go to my Instagram page, it is linked in the bio, and it's the same thing. It's the same name, Rollercoaster of Love. You can send me a DM there, and I respond to all of my DMs, every single one of them. Sometimes you might get a generic email, a generic response, but you still have access to me. And if there's super long messages, it's really hard for me to get a hold or get back to all of them, because I do get a lot a day, but I can still respond to you. So thank you so much for that. Yes, and I'm happy, Cindy, that we've been able to go back and forth with our DMs, because that sorted that out. So I just wanted to remind everybody that I do offer Sushi Like a Boss. Same back, girl channel, same back. Sheldon, what's up? Where are you at? When are we going on another date? I want to remind everybody that I have a group coaching session that I run every month. You're so inspiring. Thank you so much, Sunny. I run a group coaching session once a month. The one for Sunday, and this is, Cindy reminded me of this, so this is why I'm bringing it up. The one for Sunday is sold out, completely sold out. And that one's September 25th. I usually end up selling out my group coaching about 1 or 2 weeks before the group coaching. So the next one is October 23rd, and I run them on a Zoom call. So we get on Zoom and we do this whole, face-to-face meet, obviously over online. And we come up with a topic. We talk about what the narcissist in our life is putting us through. And it's a really great space for healing and being able to dig into some of the trauma that we face and get to this place of healing through community. How do we sign up? Sunny, go to the link in my bio, the next available drop-in date, and I do this as a drop-in. So as soon as we sell out, we put the new link in for the next month. October 23rd at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time is the next one. If you want to register for that, because again, they sell out very fast, I would go to the link in my bio under monthly support or monthly group coaching and sign up and register for that. It takes you to the calendar. You just have to click October 23rd, follow the steps, and you're signed in. Okay? So ready. Cannot wait to see you there again. I love these group coachings because we have familiar faces that come around every month. It's a really safe space to share, heal, grow, to be in this place of like the opposite of isolation, this place of community. How many of us were with a narcissist who completely isolated us? It's for women and men, and I do have men in that group as well. So abuse knows no gender, guys, right? We've had abusive people in our lives, abusive mothers, abusive partners, abusive fathers, abusive friends, bosses, coworkers. Abuse knows no gender. It can happen to anyone and it can happen from anyone. So everyone's invited to the group coaching session. It is $25, 90 minutes, and you get to meet people and you get to be in a space of healing with other people. So people who have been isolated, me. Hands up if you've been isolated because of a narcissist or an abusive person in your life. And by isolated, I mean they'll financially isolate you. Yeah, Charles. They'll financially isolate you where you have no dependence or no independence financially. You know, they'll pull you away from a job you loved. They'll pull you away from a career. They won't allow you to excel in the business that you're working on, right? They'll fill you up with babies and pop them out. And now you're a stay-at-home mom that has to depend on this person for any financial support. That's isolation, right? Sometimes they'll move you completely out of the country or the city or, you know, the neighborhood you're in even, and you're completely isolated and alone, away from your family and your support, right? Me. I'm over in Canada and I'm interested. I'm in Canada too. So they'll isolate you from your own support system too. So they might pin you against your sister, your brother, your mom, your dad. They might pin you against all your friends and family by doing these premeditated smear campaigns. They'll be like, oh, Ro is on medication. Did you know that? I don't know if you knew that Ro is cheating on me. We're working through that, right? And then your friends feel awkward. Your friends, your family feel weird. They can't talk to you. They feel like they're disappearing in your life and they go away. They're isolating you now from your friends and family. When they isolate you like that, you already feel like that's home. You already feel so used to this isolation. Yeah, absolutely. It's in US dollars because that is the currency that I've chosen to do for the amount of clients that I have in the US. So yes, it is in US. It's just going to be a different price for us Canadians. So yeah, they'll isolate you in every way possible. And what happens is we get so used to isolation that we isolate ourselves. We become so used to being isolated. They isolate you from yourself. Exactly, Charles. They get you to a place where you don't even fucking know who you are anymore. You have no idea who the hell you are. You look in the mirror, you can't recognize yourself. Right? You have so many new insecurities and so many deep guilt and shame that they've placed onto you that you don't recognize yourself. You're isolated. I'm here to tell you, okay? I'm here to tell you something. 4 words that I never want you to forget. 4 words that I never want you to forget, okay? You are not alone. There's literally millions of people going through what you're going through. I guarantee it. Maybe not in the exact way, maybe not in the exact same scenario or the exact same dynamic, but they feel the same that you're feeling. You are not alone. You're not the only one going through this. And creating a community of people who have been through this is our way to heal and not feel isolated anymore. You're so welcome. You are so welcome. So I want you to feel like you feel alone, you felt alone, you were isolated, you felt isolated. I promise you, you're not alone, even if it feels like you are. So if you want to join this community, if you want to be a part of this healing sacred space where we can be ourselves and be believed and seen and not invisible anymore and heard and loved, this is where we do it. We do it exactly with the people that hurt us, right? Why do I miss her? I don't feel the way I feel. I don't even recognize myself. Yeah, we miss them. We miss them because we're so used to them. You're still married to one. I miss mine now. Yeah, Nina, I get that. So back to being in support, back to being in community, having a safe place where you can share. And we go around in a circle and we all share, just like AA. If anyone's ever been to Al-Anon or AA or any support group, we go around and share, and it's basically a support group. It's coaching, and I'm going to coach you all through it. I facilitate every single one once a month. Go to the link in my bio under monthly group coaching, and you can sign up for October 23rd. Okay? There's another event that's coming up that's amazing. It's going to be a really great event, and it is an interview with the woman who wrote this book, Women Who Love Psychopaths. Okay? Women Who Love Psychopaths. I know it's backwards, so sorry about that. That's on November 10th. If anybody wants to book that, it's the very first thing on the top of my link in my bio. That is also $25. It's going to be an amazing event where we interview. I'm going to be a panelist on that event where we interview Sandra L. Brown and talk about how she has studied numerous amounts of pathological love relationships and how we fell for dangerous people. She says dangerous men, because a majority of men are the subject of her pathological studies of pathological love relationships. So very, very interesting webinar. I would take a look at that one as well. And if you do have some time, take a look at my whole bio, like my bio, the link in my bio. It's like a store. There's a whole lot of things in there that you can take a look at. And working with me directly, I have a lot of options. So either group coaching, either one-on-one coaching. You can get the digital course, the Healthy Dating After Abuse course on the narcapp.com. And then 31 Ways to Practice Self-Care is also on there. So I went a little bit over my time. I have a boundary of 1 hour. When I go live, I go on for 1 hour. So I went a little bit over my time. So I will end it with, I want everybody in this chat right now to tell me your freedom date. Let me know the day you were free from the narcissist. For me, I'll tell you mine. I'm November 15th, 2019. Was the day I decided I ain't in this shit no more. It's over. And 1 month later, I filed for separation agreement. 4 months later, I moved out, got my own place, started living financially free. And on December 18th, 2021, it'll be going on a year soon. Going on a year in December, I went no contact. Blocked. Goodbye. Okay, so tell me your dates, guys. August 26, 2022. I love it. Freedom snaps for you. After 15 years, whew. Still together 8 years, okay. November 13th. You're together for 8 years. August 1st. Yes, that's amazing. June 18th. Yes, abuse survivor. I love that name. November 13th. Ooh, we're pretty close. Sometime in 2021. Yes, guys, I want you guys to know something, okay? This is really important. I need you to hear this. I need you to hear this, right? Especially you, Sherry. I need you to hear this. Listen up, okay? Look at the dates in this chat right now. Anybody who does not have a date, anybody who is not yet free or doesn't have this sense of freedom yet, I want you to know something. This is temporary. What you're going through right now is temporary. Bad times don't last. I promise you this, okay? Hope to me stands for hold on, pain ends. This pain that you're living in right now is going to end. Look at the dates right here in this chat. This is your sign that you'll have a date just like this one day. I promise you. Where you are going to have a plan in place and you are going to see how powerful and strong and beautiful and amazing you are and how you deserve all that is good in the world. You're going to take your power back. You're going to build up that strength, the muscle, all right? And you're going to get the fuck out of there. And when you do, you're going to come right in here into my live and have a date, a freedom date that you are going to proudly put in my chat. And we are going to snap to your freedom and celebrate your freedom, okay? Because every day on the side of freedom, even your worst day on the side of freedom is still far better than the best day you ever had with that narcissist. I guarantee that, okay? You're crying right now. Guys, it's good tears, good tears. So seriously, guys, stay narc free. I love you all. Again, I'm Ro. Thank you for being here. And I will catch you again next time. Bye, guys.